What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the How to Tame It series, a series where I will have tamed everything in Ark on camera by the end. And we are on our third episode, which means we are going to be taming the Ankylosaurus. So for the Ankies, what we're going to need is we're going to need something to knock it out with. It's a basic knockout tame. So for official rates, it looks like you would probably need, let's see here. For a normal 150 and normal taming speed, you would need, from a primitive bow, you would need 47 trank arrows. And to knock it out with a crossbow, primitive, you need 27. Compound bow, 35. And if you were using normal trank darts, you'd need 19. I'm going to use shocking trank darts and a high-powered rifle. And what they eat is kibble, so as you can see here, you can get kibble, or you can just do berries or crops. Either way would work. Meadow berries would probably be your best bet for starting out and getting your first one. Or if there are easily accessible crops, you could always do that as well. Now, let's go ahead and find an Anky to tame. Get this one in time. So yeah, let's go to it. I honestly thought that hefty Amazon thing was an Anky. Oops. I can't read. Let's see if we can get there in time before it disappears. Alright, here we are approaching it, and here he is, right below here, I guess. And he's not being attacked by anything right now, which is good. He will be here soon. Let's get rid of this datum. Alright, what's up, Mr. Anky? So, I would recommend a height advantage for knocking something out. If you don't have a tech suit, because, I mean, you probably wouldn't be taming an Anky if you had a tech suit, but, you know. For purposes of this video, I will try to get a height advantage here. Alright, let's get rid of the Fenrir. The Fenrir is knocked out. And now we're gonna start shooting our Anky until he goes night-night. And our Anky is going night-night, so we can hop down, eliminate the offender. Level 18. And we will throw some kibble into our Anky. 6 should do it. And this one is a level 186 because we have our levels boosted as well as our rates. So we're using 4 times taming. So I guess we could use the taming calculator on todat to figure that out. So if it's a 186 and taming speed is 4, we would need 5 pieces of kibble. And it'll take about 12 minutes. So I will see you when this guy is tamed. What's up everyone? I thought I'd go ahead and point out right here that this is a trick or treat Anky, which means it's gonna turn into something else. This is part of the Shiny Dinos mod, and technically this is sort of like for the Halloween event type thing, but we keep this enabled because it is quite fun. It's something different. You never know what you're gonna get from different dinos, so anything that has the trick or treat will turn into something other than what you're taming 90% of the time. Sometimes it does turn into the same thing, just a different variant, but I thought I'd go ahead and point that out. So we will likely not get an Anky from this, but I will have Ankys at base, and I will show you the abilities once we get done with this. Alright, we just had 2 wolves try to attack us, but it is getting close to the final feed points of this feeding, or this taming session. So let's see what this Anky will become. My guess is a Megalosaurus. I don't know. It came into a tech parasaur. That's kind of cool. Let's see what kind of stats we got on this guy, actually. Anything good? We got a 60 into damage, 77 into stamina, 55 into health, 51 into weight. The 4 highest stats are the 4 best stats. That is amazing. That is actually pretty good. Alright, let's get back to base and I will show you the different abilities of the Ankylosaurus, and yeah, I will be right back. Let's get into the abilities for the Anky. Now, Ankys are primarily used to harvest resources, such as flint, obsidian, metal, crystal, stone, and on scorched earth, you've got sand and sulfur, so there's a lot of things that you can harvest with an Ankylosaurus. And when paired with an Argentavis, it gets even better. So first I'll show you here. It can harvest basic rocks to get stone. Boom. Oh, I had my head down. But we got a little bit of metal, a little bit of flint, and a good amount of stone here. Drop that. And we got crystal up here. It can harvest the crystal. And boom. So we got some crystal and some stone as well. We got some obsidian and metal over here. Go ahead and grab some of that. And what you'll want to do when you get an Anky is level a lot of weight. So we're at 714. I like to get it at least 2,000 or higher. But around like 1,500 should work for purposes of the video. And we can pump a bunch in some into melee for some extra resources when we hit things. So I think that should work. And 332 metal from one swing. That is crazy. And what is wrong with the textures on that rock? That's kind of weird. So we got some obsidian as well. 83 on that. And 85 on that. 151, or another 70 something on that. 165 metal on that swing. Is this oil? Yes, it is 25 oil, so it can harvest oil as well. That's another plus. You got the oil rocks on Penguin Island on the island, and a couple other places throughout Ark. And I'll show you that paired with an RG, which we will tame here shortly, I think in a few episodes, will be your best companion. So let's go ahead and empty the Anky's inventory, because if it is above halfway on the weight, it won't auto-harvest. But all you have to do is transfer the materials to the RG, which also gets a weight reduction on metal. And, or I think I'll research, I don't even remember. Anyhow, you go up to a metal rock like this, and it will go ahead and swing away. Right there. It auto-harvests. It should do it for the other ones as well, I think. Maybe it's just metal. It might just be metal, not gonna lie. Okay, so yeah, it'll auto-harvest for metal, which is definitely helpful. Those big metal runs can be a pain, especially when you have to harvest it by hand. So an Anky with high weight and an RG with high weight are very good options. They get an 85% weight reduction on metal, by the way. So they are your very best chance at getting a bunch of metal. So yeah, the Ankys are probably one of the best creatures in the game. Probably a top 20 in all of Ark. just because of how versatile and useful they are. And I wouldn't have gotten this far without one. So, yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed, and hopefully you will go tame an Anky if you don't already have one. And I will see you in the next one. Peace!